3 crore households in this country
Okay.
are basically contributing to 60% of India's consumption. And I was talking about value-added consumption and in terms of value.
Yeah.
And within that 3 crore or 30 million families,
Yeah.
there is a Singapore, which is, let's say, 60 lakh people. They are exactly consuming like that. They are behaving like that.
Yeah.
Then there is a Poland, which is another 2.5, 3 crore people.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very similar GDP, similar per capita.
Yeah.
And then there is Mexico, which is around 7-8 crore people. The rest of India, which is the balance India, which is Singapore, Poland, and Mexico, they are like sub-Saharan numbers, 1100 per capita.
Yeah.
And the value-added consumption, we don't see value-added consumption in this large group, which is nearly 1.3 million people, 1.3 billion. So the consumption which is happening, which is value-added,
is in a much smaller group.
It's a much smaller group, maybe around 10-12 crore people.
Yep.
And this 10-12 crore people can be represented as what I say India 1. India 1 is anybody who has domestic help. They don't do some
Interesting
things on their own. And then there is India 2, which helps you to lead a better life. The drivers, the helpers, the peons, the maids, the watchmen, the liftmen, and they are huge in numbers.
Right.
For every one India 1, there are 3.5 India 2s. And then there is India 3, which is the farm laborers. They make their ends meet and they are on government aid. So where will the consumption ultimately happen? And where will the value-added consumption happen? Because the economy has to grow, the value-added consumption has to grow. And India has been created in a different, our societies have been built in a very different way, wherein the consumption is more by people who have reached somewhere. And we don't give enough money to India to make them.
But is India 1 growing quite fast?
It's not growing so fast.
Okay.
Which is growing fastest, India 1, 2 or 3?
I think I would say India 1 is only growing maybe a percentage a year, maybe less than that.
In terms of consumption?
No, 1% adding up to that fold.
Yeah.
And India 2?
India 2 is growing because India 3 people coming to India 2 is always, they are the larger chunk in any case.
I think 1 is the number of customers, which is you're saying, call it 100, 110, 120 million, roughly, right? That's what you're saying.
If you assume four people per family, 30
120 million
families.
roughly. Yeah. So the second, by the way, is maybe the number, let's just take that number for a minute. The consumption of those 100, 120 million, I think the point Raj is trying to make is it continues to increase.
Yes.
Yeah, it is increasing.
Right.
There is no debate.
But he's saying by a very low percentage.
But that consumption of this 12 crore people is close to 800 billion plus.
No, I feel people who have...
Is that number going up? The consumption?
Yeah,
of
obviously,
this?
that's
has
going
to
up.
be going
By
up,
what
yeah.
percentage?
That's going up. For this India 1, the consumption is going up.
Yeah.
But then why is that not reflecting in,
It's
say,
reflecting.
Amazon, Flipkart
It's
and all that?
reflecting, no, but...
See, I don't think you can take 1 quarter worth of data
And you can't
and
look at
generalize
two
this, right?
categories alone.
I mean, and you can't,
How
So
much
that
do you think
consumption
it's
is
going up by, percentage-wise? You said 800 billion.
I think it's growing a lot. On this India 1, the
You would say
consumption
upward
is
of 20-30%?
maybe in excess of 10% for sure.
Do you think it's growing because of increasing consumption or premiumization? Is the
Both.
volume growing or is the
It's
price point
I think
growing?
they have discretionary income and they have surplus incomes and they have to spend that money. Like in his family, like the next generation is consuming more than the previous generation. And
it is both, I think. For sure, there's premiumization, but I also think people buy more things,
yeah.
right? I mean, you just end up buying more things,
So
right?
we
Awareness also is
did
increasing.
some
That's the
analysis. We did some analysis. Ananth was India 1 consumes close to 100,000 items in their lifetime. India 2 is maybe 10,000. In India 3 is 1,000.
And would
Very
you like to list the top items? I know you have it in your research. Where does India 1 spend the most money?
I think there's lifestyle food, but I think look at the kind of food which is getting consumed today by India 1. I would say the Singapore and the Poland side. I think they have premiumized to a great extent, from asparagus to avocados to health food. Everybody is consuming, every family member is consuming a different kind of breakfast and different kind of food. I think going out again by India 1, which is Poland and Singapore, is significant. Even Mexico, in a way.
So how would you categorize the income ranges of Singapore, Poland, and all?
Singapore would be, I would say, more than a family household income of 30-40 lakhs plus.
And what percentage of...
That will be a small percent. I would say, no, this will be around 60 lakh plus.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Singapore income will be closer to 100, 120K. I mean, USD. So it's you're closer to like a
Yeah.
90 lakhs.
90 lakhs to a crore. But
And Poland would be in excess of 20-25 lakhs. And Mexico would be much little lesser than
yes,
that. Yeah.
yes,
Maybe around 12 lakhs.
12,
And
15.
majority
that
of
range.
India one is in Mexico, right?
Majority is in Mexico, around 8 crores. Another research which we found out was the total packaged good consumption in India, FMCG packaged good in value terms, is 70% of excess is by this India one. Beauty close to 85%.
Yeah.
And eating out in restaurants close to 78%. So it's significant in high 50s, 60s. Fruits, 65-70%.
Yeah, yeah. But I would say going back to, you're talking about brand building, right? I mean, 120 million is still a very large number,
A huge number.
right? Still.
But I'm guessing for anyone planning to build a brand 0 to 1 has to focus on that 120 million.
Yeah. I think has to focus on a much narrower piece.
Wherever you want a margin of more than 40 to 60%.
Correct. I have,